Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Brinkerhoff with Hair and Makeup by Steph, and I'm here with Kenra Professional, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a holiday party hairstyle. So I'm going to be doing some really classy, pretty waves that are dressed up on one side with a clip. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get a little bit of grit at her roots. So I'm just gonna go in with the Kenra Volume Dry Shampoo and get that sprayed at her scalp and work that in with my fingers. So I'm mostly focusing this throughout the crown. We are gonna leave her hair all down except for one side. So I wanna make sure I have a lot over here on this side and then through the crown as well for volume. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get it parted where I want. So I'm gonna do kind of a deep side part. You can take it deeper if you want. It just kind of depends on their face shape. I usually kind of go straight up from like the middle of their brow. It's kind of a good guideline. On this side, we're going to get this side pinned back with a clip, but I want this to be really secure. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to go in underneath here and I'm going to create a really small, tight braid. Just right here going vertically behind her ear. So I'm gonna section out for that. Okay, so just something kind of like this. So it's like maybe a 1/4 inch thick and it doesn't go all the way up to her part. It's maybe like 2 inches down and it's just gonna go right to the back of her ear. Okay, and then I'm getting a little bit of the Kenra Platinum working wax on my fingers and just working that through the roots, just to make this so that's not quite so silky, a little bit easier to work with. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start with a really small section right here up at the top. And I'm going to do a really tight braid. So I've got 3 pieces and I'm just going to braid going down. Okay, and then once I reach the bottom of this, I'm just gonna end it right there. And then you can either secure this with an elastic or with bobby pins, just whatever is easier for you. Okay, then I'm just gonna hairspray that a little bit with the Kenra Volume Spray 25. And then you can let your hair down and that will just be hidden in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this shallow side back. So I wanna make sure it's nice and straight around her hairline. Okay, and then you can either do this like very sleek, pinned back like that, or you can add a little bit of volume in there if you want. I'm gonna give her just a tiny bit of back combing. Okay, and then as I get this pulled back, I'm just gonna check it from the front to see if I wanna pull it more down, or you can angle it a little bit more up. Once again, it just depends on the face shape. Okay, so I like hers a little bit softer, just kind of angled a little bit more down like that. So I'm just gently pushing this back and getting that hair sprayed. Okay, and then once I have that back, I'm just gonna slide this in so it goes into the braid. just like that. And that's gonna be nice and secure. Okay, now we're good to go ahead and start our curls. Okay, so I'm gonna start here at the bottom of her hair, and I'm gonna be curling with a 1-inch wand, and I'm going to do fairly large sections. Okay, so I'm going to lightly mist this with the Volume Spray 25 again. And I'm just going to take big horizontal rows and get them curled towards the face on this side. So I'm curling from left to right, so away from the shallow side. And I'm just doing a flat wrap with a little bit of a twist. Flat with a little bit of a twist, just like that. And you can see that this section is pretty thick. Her hair is more coarse, so it's going to curl fairly well. If they have really fine or stick straight hair, you might want to take smaller sections than this. Okay, so just like that. And then I'll just let that cool for a second. So flat and then twist. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave those for now, and then I'm just gonna work my way up the head. So I'm not doing any back combing or anything yet, I'm just hairspraying and curling. Okay, and you'll notice as well that I'm holding the top half of the hair a little bit longer before I wrap the bottom half. So I'm just kind of feeling with my finger, making sure that's getting hot all the way through, and then I'll add in the ends. Okay, once I have all of this curled, I'm gonna go in with the boar bristle brush and start getting all of these curls brushed together so that they form a wave. Okay, so you wanna be really thorough with your brushing. Make sure you get all the way through to the bottom. Okay, so I'm kind of brushing this back away from the face. And at this point, if you want to, you can add a little bit of back combing here through the top. It just kind of depends on what look you're going for. I kind of like hers a little bit more natural, so I'm just gonna leave it. But I do wanna go in and soften some of these ends that are feeling a little bit too bouncy. So I'm just gonna softly go in with my flat iron and just barely run over these. Okay, and softening these ends as well will make this look a little bit more modern and not so retro. Okay, and then I just want to control some of these flyaways, so I'm going in with the Kenra smoothing spray, and I'm going to work this through the ends. Okay, and then at this point, I want to decide how much I want to leave in the back and how much I want to section out for each side. So I'm just gonna loosely bring a little piece forward on the shallow side, and then I'll do the same thing on the heavy side, and then I will get everything hairsprayed.